This video I am creating for two different types of people. First off, if you're a new person coming online and starting your own little business, becoming an Amazon seller, or if you're an existing company doing business on Amazon and you're not sure of how everything works because there's a lot, the hole is very deep when it comes to rules, policies, and Amazon, as I'm sure you're starting to figure out. Now, this right here is partially part of my problem. Now, like everybody else, I get paid every 2 weeks on Amazon, right? And of course, the fees are huge. And this is another part of my problem because what happened is, number one, Amazon decided to just hold my money ransom just for no reason. So you can see that today is the 10th. This money here was supposed to be dispersed on the 7th, and an ACH was supposed to initiate on the 8th, which was 2 days ago. So at that time, the balance was $17,042.44. Since that time, my number has grown to almost, well, closing in on 20,000. Probably by the time this video is over, it'll probably be around 20,000. So that money I'm not going to see until December 21st. And what's the reason for this? There is no reason. The reason is that Amazon maybe decided to start some new order defect tools, which I'll show you. I mean, all this stuff didn't even exist just about a month ago. For people who are experienced and have used Amazon for some time, a lot of this new crap, all these beta testing things, didn't exist. They're all new. Now, look here. This here is my order defect rate, and as much as you all know, it's got to be under 1%. You can see I'm clearly way underneath that. My metrics are very good. Everything is great except for this, which I don't even totally understand. Customer service dissatisfaction rate. I don't even know how the hell they even come up with these numbers. It's ridiculous. And I called up to get an answer of what that means exactly, and then you get, you know, either Ishbal or Gigor or Mikhail from whatever country these people come out of. And no one knows anything. Whenever you get a question, all you get back is a form letter. So starting with my money disbursement, let's start there because that's where this whole nightmare began. I called them up. I said, hey, can you explain to me what's going on? Why is my money being held? They said, well, because you had an issue on the 30th, which was 8 days prior to this whole thing going down, saying that there was something, policy warning, that affected it. It had nothing to do with it because I called back. I spoke to another one. He's babbles. And he tells me that, oh, that's not it at all. That's because your account is under review. I says, review? I said, why do I have to be under review? I've done nothing wrong. I can understand if I was being a bad seller and I was raising my defect rates and I was pissing off customers, getting bad feedback, this A to Z claims and stuff like that. I can understand that. But just because Amazon decided that they wanted to review me, especially the weeks just coming before the holidays, that's not a good time. I got 20 grand now. Now for the next 2 weeks I have to purchase product for just to make up for the money that I'm going to get from 2 weeks from now. So 2 weeks from now, I'll get another check, which will probably be around another 20 grand or more because it's going to be the week right before Christmas. So let's just figure it low. Figure you got 20,000 they're holding now, plus another 20. That's 40,000, plus about another 10 to 15,000, which I'm going to have to use to purchase the product. So literally in 2 weeks from now, I can expect probably 55 grand. And to compound and make that thing worse is I had another issue with an A to Z claim over another unassociated issue, which I'm dying to tell you guys about, because if you're not sure about how A to Z claims work, as everybody knows, Amazon is super customer centric. If you are a buyer, on Amazon, Amazon is probably hands down probably the most customer centric place you could ever buy stuff from. But I'm starting to feel that the reason why Amazon is being so hard on sellers, especially when it comes to A to Z claims, and let me just touch on this A to Z claim stuff. Yeah, this is rich. It says they can. I already went in there and I tried to, appeal it. Of course, it was only $301. It wasn't a big deal, but it was the point of what's going on. On top of the money hold, this thing just totally set me off and just made me go nutty. So they've already said no to my claim to appeal the case. They said here, it is important to remember you are accountable for all aspects of fulfillment when selling on Amazon. Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever wondered why Amazon sends so many emails to you? Oh, get involved with seller fulfillment, do Prime shipping, do this, do that. Because whenever people shop on Amazon, this is what they want. They want people paying top dollar for that buy box. If you pay for that, no matter what your feedback is or what your story is, you get all up in here. Amazon, of course, will always win. The best sellers, which earnestly should get it, don't get it. Unlike on eBay, if you sell on eBay, you get treated per your performance. If you're a good seller, you get higher rankings on the page. With Amazon, you can pay a premium and wind up here and get all the love. That's not fair. And if you get a chargeback from Amazon, unlike eBay, to be fair, eBay has a third-party resolution center. So that way, if you have an issue on eBay, say if you have you purchase an item, it's not what it is. Say you bought a gray t-shirt and you get a black t-shirt, you can put it in a case in a resolution center, open it up, and then you can have communication between the seller and the buyer and a third party at eBay to oversee this whole operation. And if you guys can work it out, great. If not, they'll step in and they'll make it right. So that way either the buyer has to send the item back to you, the seller, and make it right. Maybe you just lose the shipping and you lick your wounds and you move on. With Amazon, there is no mercy. They are the judge, the jury, and the executioner, and that's the problem. That pisses me off, man, because I had a guy, okay, and I want to show you this guy because this guy was, oh man, is he just driving me mad. Watch this. The guy buys this woofer. I literally shipped this thing, did everything perfectly. I should literally have my order counter bronze. I did it so perfectly well. It says, I shipped the item using Amazon site using Amazon shipping service to the buyer's confirmed address in the time frame I was supposed to be in. Since I did everything by the rules, I asked that Amazon cover the case for us. We pay a lot in fees, which if you saw my bills, pay 20 grand, you pay almost 4,500 to Amazon. And I think that it's right for them to do the right thing and cover the charge. Since I did right by my side, the customer complained, okay, whatever, let Amazon absorb the difference, right? Nuh-uh. I think that the buyer may possibly be trying to beat the system here. The proof is all below for you to see. It's all the tracking. Everything was done perfectly. This guy called me up and says, listen, I placed the order for this thing. I expected it. Amazon said I had an estimated delivery time of the 7th to the 10th. He says, I wasn't expecting it. I got it on the 4th. I said to the guy, I says, listen, if you go to a restaurant and the restaurant says your table won't be ready, Mr. Customer, for 40 minutes, and they call you in 20, are you going to complain? This guy literally called me up and says, listen, I wasn't ready, and nobody knows where it is. It's like a big mystery, right? So obviously this guy's got a free woofer. He's happy, puts in the A to Z claim, second he hangs up, gets his money back, keeps his product, screws me. Now where is the justice? Where is the justice for the sellers? Maybe that's why Amazon wants everybody to be a Prime member and just take a pallet, ship it to their super warehouses, when Amazon is saying, well, we lost money when they made 5 times as much as eBay did last year. We all know it. When they're buying these super shipping hubs and warehouses as to have as big expenses, so they show a loss, so that way people like me can usher all my merchandise in there, pay them a premium to sit in their warehouse so they can offer their customers free updated Prime shipping for everybody. And where does that leave me? Nowhere. Like I showed you on the other email. You mail the product, you're bound to it. You're liable 100%. At least on eBay, if you send something, you get a mediator and you can get some service. You can work it out with them. With Amazon, who can you call? Where can you go? You have an email. All you get back is these form letters. They got a form letter. You send them another email. You get another form letter. There is no service. And when you want to speak to somebody, a manager, it's just one guy from Saudi Arabia or Thailand, or I don't know where the hell, what planet these people that work over at Amazon come from. That's all you ever get from this. Form letters. Oh, read the policies, read this, read that. You get in trouble. It's just crazy. I think I really had it with Amazon. I've been selling on the internet exclusively for 10 plus years now. I've seen the good and I've seen the bad. I tell you, right now, the way I feel, I can do without Amazon. You don't have to have ASINs and all these other weird UPC codes to sell an item. You could take a bar of soap that looks like a person, take a picture of it, and sell it. Amazon, not so much. And if your soap doesn't look like everybody else's soap and it's not conforming, you get in trouble. You get a policy violation. You get suspended, or worse. They'll do all that stuff to you. That's how Amazon is, and that's the way it's going. And I got to tell you, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. So Amazon is not really on my best friend list. They're definitely going on the naughty list for me for the holidays. I'm not happy. I am definitely not happy. If you can't tell, that's what's going on. If you go on Amazon, you think that everything that comes in a box is sold and distributed and handled exclusively by an Amazon employee. That is not the case. Like this person that I had an issue with in this video, he thought that he was buying something from Amazon. Now understand, 8 out of 10 people are like me, small business people that are buying and reselling on Amazon for a fee for the privilege to sell on their site. Now, people that have Prime accounts, they may buy from Amazon Prime, but those are people like me that are shipping all my product to their warehouses, and Amazon employees are fulfilling it, using their little smiley face boxes, taping it, and mailing it to the people as a spiff for being a Prime member. That's some people's idea of how they want to run a business. Other people like me want to fulfill it themselves in their own warehouses. Unfortunately, Amazon is making it very hard and challenging for people like me to manage their own business because they're not getting the seller protection that other sites like eBay do offer. On Amazon, you're on your own. It's called the yo-yo system. You're on your own. If you have a problem, customer complains, you got to be a good Amazonbie. You have to abide by their rules because the rules are there. And if you don't, you call and complain. They say, oh, well, read the rules because that's the rules. That's it. There is no humanity. There's no negotiating. They are the judge, the jury, and the executioner. That's it. It's all about the customer. If it's not about the customer, they ain't interested. And if you got a problem with it, they don't need you as a seller either because as soon as you step down, there's 10 more people that just want to move right in and do the same thing you're doing. So understandably, it is not a right. It's a privilege to sell on the site. I get that. However, I think personally right now with all the bad experiences that I'm having on Amazon that there are better choices, especially with the immersion and the changes that are going on over at eBay.com. Their seller standard changes that are coming out in February are absolutely amazing. Their order defect rate is much more forgiving. They're making it much more seller-centric, and they're really doing a lot on the site, and I think it's wonderful. And I've been a long-time eBay seller. I've also been on Amazon. It's quite a while. I've been kicked off, suspended on Amazon. I've been here. I've been up. I've been down. I mean, you can see I'm doing okay on the site. I'm not doing maybe the best out of anybody in the world, but I'm okay. So listen, even for people like me, it doesn't matter if I'm a big seller, small seller, or a tiny seller. They treat us all the same, and I don't think that that's right. I think that you should be judged and treated by your merit of how you perform, and unfortunately, that's not what's going on. So please ask yourself, when you're going to be doing business with an online sales company such as eBay, Amazon, or someone other, are they out for your best interest or just their own? eBay, they have a resolution center. They care for you. They have PayPal protection. They actually cover cases. They have a resolution center that works with you. So that way it's a three-prong attack when you have disputes or resolutions cases or disputes, whatever the case is. They have an incentive program. So if you do good sales, such as I will, as of right now, my metrics that are non-top rated seller eligible will automatically become top rated once the new changes take effect in February of next year, which is wonderful. So right there off the bat, I'm saving 20% off of my bill, and I'm loving that. So eBay is back and better than ever. Amazon, listen, I'm not all here just to bash and talk bad about Amazon. It's a big part of my business career life, but it is what it is. And I got to tell you, if you're doing this kind of stuff, just weigh out the good, the bad, and the ugly. And if you're selling high dollar items, beware, because if a customer wants to say they didn't get it and they want to complain and you want to moan about it, you're going to lose. You will lose. You cannot win. Make sure you read the fine print because it's all there and it's all against you. There is very little for you, unlike eBay. Both are good for what they have, but that's it. That's what I had to get said for today's video. Best of luck in your sales.